This is called the Rainbow Lullaby. I just rewrote it. Oh my God. I'm heading somewhere, so I'm like in a hurry. I love you, Yaz. This is what I'm thinking.
We're ready.
All right, from the top.
Maybe get a little closer, Russ.
Get a little closer.
With air extra dry.
How this was the place of the beautiful sun.
Mama will bring a lunch Mom will make, and we'll climb up old willow all day.
The moon is a light, so hold on through the night, and we'll have a new day tomorrow.
And all things glow, and all things fly, and every flower knows you.
Ultimately, this album is about representation. Do you think that with small acts of cultural momentum like this, we can help bring equilibrium to relationship standards in this country?
Of course we can, and what a great question to ask, and how beautiful to put that vibration out in the world. Of course, the more visible we are in every possible way, the more we can show that we want to create families, people, communities that want to help the planet, want to help each other, want to spread love around instead of fear. Absolutely, it's going to help others open their hearts to what already is.
Much more, please welcome to the stage, Sauter and Broadway.
What's the tea? I got some punching, but that's you doing yours. I'm the queen for you, had it in order to sing the melody, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Suddenly. Sit back, relax, let's sing with class. You ain't never had a queen like me. Life can be so crummy, and you just wanna scream. But just keep singing, then you'll see you ain't never had a queen like me. Yes, sir, I pride myself on being sweet. Hi, how are you? Are you feeling good? Listen, we're gonna have a great time, but there are no refunds, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, what will your pleasure be? I'm in the mood to slap you, dude. You ain't never had a queen like me. All right, make some noise! Some fabulous performances for job and bigger than Bob. You ain't never had a queen, never had a queen. You ain't never had a queen, never had a queen. You ain't never had a queen like me. Never had a queen like me. Hello, everybody. How the heck are you? Welcome to the Rainbow Lullaby Pride event. We're so happy you're here. Are you happy you're here? Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Sutton Lee Seymour. Everybody say hi, Sutton. Hi, Sutton. Yes, that's Sutton Lee Seymour. Never before seen on RuPaul's Drag Race. But am I bitter? Yes. Absolutely. Not to, but listen, you can't be bitter. Look where we are tonight. Look at these beautiful faces. Look, feel the energy in this room. Happy Pride, everybody. So much to celebrate this month. We are remembering the generations who came before us, who got us here today. So let's give them a round of applause. Listen, if you meet someone tonight who is in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, they're the reason why we are here today. They are the reason why we can be free. I can do something like this. We are drinking this evening, so if you want to buy someone a cocktail, buy someone who's in their 50s, 60s, 70s, because we couldn't be here without them. That's a good way to say thank you. Don't you think so? Should you require libations during the show, we've got the boys at the bar back there. Give them a big round of applause. They're serving cocktails for you. Gingy's on sound and lights tonight. And I love being a part of events like this. Tonight we are not just celebrating the release of the first queer lullaby album, but this is also a benefit for the Ali Forney Center, everybody. So let's remember that, because gosh, there's so much to celebrate. We've got some fabulous performers and we have a very handsome creator who I'm going to introduce to you right now. We're going to listen. They told me that this was going to be an event for children, and I've met some of my. There's my little darling right there. How are you? What was your name again? Selena. I'm not used to seeing sunlight. Despite popular belief, I do love children for breakfast! But this is for you tonight, honey. You are the future and we love you. But now let me introduce this beautiful human being who I've known since 2007. We both worked for a children's theater company, and now I do children's theater for adult gay men. But am I bitter? Yes! Absolutely. Serving you Curious George live realness, put your hands together for Ryan Bauer-Walsh!
Over here that when I was 7 years old, I threw a birthday party for myself and my mother had to bribe 2 of the neighbor kids to come. So this is like heartwarming. I can't even say thank you enough. But I get nervous, so I wrote some things down. I would like to talk about a few things. First of all, it is incredible to be here and to see so many familiar faces as well as so many new ones. Hi, Friends family. This album is literally the product of hundreds of people, but it did start with just one person, and that person is my mother. This is us, and she was my best friend. In June of 2020, some of you know, well, the pandemic had shut everything down, and I was locked in my apartment in Harlem, and my mother called, and she found out that her cancer had come back. She got cancer about 8 years ago, and this time it had spread, so I got the call to come home, and I spent the next few months from June through October having the privilege of taking care of a parent. She passed away on October 20th of 2020. But for the next month after, it was just me and my dad, grieving in my childhood home, trying to make sense of our new lives. And the extreme lack of maternal energy in the home was inescapable. So, while quarantined in my basement of our house in Minnesota, I decided to try and find a few ways to bring my mother's love back into the world. So I and everyone else could feel it. I painted pictures, I wrote poems, and at night before bed, I would write lullabies. And I was literally just trying to calm myself down and feel better. And I did feel a little bit better. So I decided to write more. A lot more. And I started to write them not only for me to calm down, but I tried to write them for my future children. And then I searched online and I found that there weren't any other albums like that. None had ever been created. There were two lullabies that I found, one by a woman in India, one by 2 prison inmates, and that was it. And I was like, so that's what I called my friend Fred Sauter, and I asked him if he wanted to help me create some lullabies, and that's when we decided to embark on this new project, and he kept me accountable to it, so I finished it, and so I didn't go back to just unstructured, inescapable grief. And we decided to create the album that was called The New American Songbook of LGBTQIA+ Lullabies, which was turned down as the title by Broadway Records because it was very wordy. So, I built a recording studio under the basement stairs of my home, and I bought the last microphone available in Maple Grove, Minnesota, because all of you have podcasts now. Congrats, by the way, I love being on them. But Fred and I, with the help of Mark Hartman, pitched an 11-song demo to Broadway Records with the intention of asking more people to join us, and they loved the idea. Soon, we were a team of over 50 performers, composers, musicians, and engineers, including the amazing Yasuhiko Fukuoka, who is here with his baby Axel, right back there. And all of us on the album, and who helped create it, are members of the LGBTQ+ community, except for Marissa Rosen, ally! 2021, I drove back across country with my cat Meme, a van full of suitcases and memories of my mother, to create a new life in NYC. In the months ahead, though, this incredible team would create the newly better named The Rainbow Lullaby. And this incredible community of queer artists embraced me in my grief and led me through it, showing me that creation is always more powerful than destruction. And now that leads me to where we are now, which is a new mission to show that love is more powerful than hate. In 2022, there have been over 300 anti-LGBTQ+ bills written, including Florida's fascist Don't Say Gay bill, Texas's anti-trans bills, bills that allow for the molestation of minors through genital inspections due to transphobia, bills meant to destroy the rights we have fought for.
Bills that have the power to destroy the families we have created and the hope our love inspires. But creation is more powerful than destruction. Love is more powerful than hate. And this album is proof of that. Yeah, absolutely. Because these songs will live for generations. Because not only have queer people always existed, we will always exist. And we will go on loving because love is the constant. There is no such thing as darkness. There is only less light. Yesterday, my mother spoke to me. And I waited 2 years for this. Like everyone says, she's with you. But I was cleaning my house and a letter fell out of the bookcase. It was a letter she'd written about a Valentine's Day song that I had written for my parents. And it said, "Dear Ryan, happy Valentine's Day to my dear son. I hope today will be a fantastic day for you. Dad and I have listened to your song several times, but I've listened to it about 40 times. I love listening to you sing. I always have. Your singing has brought so much joy to people's lives, and for that, I thank you. I remember when you were little, and you would be out swinging in the backyard, singing at the top of your lungs about all that was going on around you. It was so much fun, and you were so clever. One day, the woman who lived across the marsh called me to tell me how much she loved listening to your singing and that it always brightened her day. Her office was in the basement, so she would open her window and listen to you sing. Also, when you were singing, I always knew where you were." And then she closes with, "Follow your dreams, my dear son. They are waiting for you. Love, Momar." So lullabies seem like a natural way for me to follow that through. And so now when I sing, I know she knows where I am. And her love transformed into lullabies will lead generations of children into their dreams. So grief may have been what started this album, but love is what completes it. But here we are as a community now, and we are grieving as once away our rights are taken from us. Grieving the families that are yet to be, families that will make us complete. I know the pain of losing family. The queer community is so familiar with the loss of family, which is why we have so many people as chosen family. If queer people understand anything, it's what family means. If queer people understand anything, it is what love means. And we will not let them take that from us because we know the only way forward is together. A rainbow is only complete when it holds every color. Absolutely. And that is why I wrote the Rainbow Lullaby. And it functions as a thesis for this entire album. And right now, I would like to invite up the incredible Madge Dietrich to sing the title song of this album for you all. Welcome, Madge Dietrich, to sing the Rainbow Lullaby.
To
Because Facebook recommended I should. And it went so well!
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg!
That's the only time anyone will ever say that again. The only time. But, so we have a little change in program tonight because as you know, 'tis the season of COVID. So unfortunately, Brita Filter cannot join us, but this left us a wonderful opportunity to invite another speaker to talk about a few things. And I just was introduced to this person. This is J.W. Walker, and Jay Walker has been involved in activism surrounding LGBTQ+ and HIV/AIDS issues for over 20 years. He is a co-founder of the Reclaim Pride Coalition and the Queer Liberation March, which is returning this year on Pride Sunday, June 26th, as the Queer Liberation March for Trans, BIPOC, Freedom, Reproductive Justice, and Bodily Autonomy. Jay is also a founding member and organizer for Gays Against Guns and Rise and Resist. Please welcome J.W. Walker.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I'm just going to say it's so great to be here as someone who has to have a lullaby every single night. And that lullaby is always an original Broadway cast recording. So, knowing that this is a bunch of musical theater actors that did this album, I think is perfect. But I'm here to talk about the Queer Liberation March, just to let everyone know that we are back for the 4th year. We are starting down at Foley Square. That title that Ryan just very kindly read off is a very long mouthful of a title, but it is necessary. And I'm just going to ask you a quick question. So, between 2017 and 2021, show of hands, anybody here like get out into the streets and march in a protest or hold up a sign or do anything, right? Because we all felt like we had to do that, right? Because that crazy person was in the Oval Office and we were all under threat. And so we got out, we did it, and then we organized and we mobilized and we sent postcards and we voted and we got him out of office. And then it was like, okay, great, it's a new day. A non-crazy person is in that office. We're gonna be okay. Okay, I'm just here to tell you that that's nearly not quite it, as Ryan just went down the list. There is so much going on in this country against our LGBTQIA2S communities, against Black people, against brown people, against immigrants, against women. That fight that we waged from 2017 to 2021 is not over by a long shot. And I'm here to beg you all to keep that fight up. Everybody out in the street. Pride is about celebrating our people, celebrating our communities, but it began as a protest, and that protest is more necessary now than I think it has been ever. And so that mouthful of a name, to go back to it, I'm sure you all saw the Supreme Court decision leak, the leak about the majority opinion. That's supposed to be coming down any day now. And it's really important that we all remember that reproductive justice is also queer justice, is also trans justice. It is important for our people. And that is why we felt it was really important this year for the Queer Liberation March to highlight reproductive justice, to have groups that are involved in the reproductive justice movement actively involved in marching with us, because we are all in this fight together. We all have to stand up for each other, and I hope that I'll see you all June 26th, on Sunday, we're starting at Foley Square. We're gathering at 1 o'clock in Foley Square. We're stepping off the march at 2 o'clock, so you can go out the night before and have your cocktails and still get your beauty rest. And we're also doing something a little different. The last time we marched from Foley Square was in 2020. That was for the Liberation March for Black Lives and Against Police Brutality. That year, the historic African burial ground that's just a block away from Foley Square was closed down. It was under scaffolding. They were doing some work on it. So this year, it is wide open. It is beautiful. It is glorious. And we are having a very special ceremony for everyone, but really for members of the African diaspora who are part of our LGBTQ2S communities, to have a moment of centering to honor the ancestors. That's going to start a few hours earlier. That's going to start at 11 o'clock. So it's going to be a ceremony for like an hour, and then we'll have an hour to decompress before we go in and join the Queer Liberation March gathering in Foley Square. So folks from the diaspora, I hope you'll think about coming to that. Everybody else, please come, please spread the word. And if you have any ducats to throw the way of the Reclaim Pride Coalition, please go to reclaimpridenyc.org/donate and donate something, because we've gotten less financial support from our communities this year than we ever have in the past 3 years. People just sort of lose track and forget about stuff. So any help you can give us, we really appreciate it. But thank you for the warm welcome, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Jay. It is literally such a necessity. As we said, there's been over 300 anti-LGBTQ bills, and it's been, I don't know, so exhausting and depressive. But that's why it's so important to have arts activism right now. And I'd like to bring up Dion McLean-Freeney at this moment. Come welcome. She wrote a song that I am so fond of, and I find to be so crucial to this moment. And I just wanted you to say a few words about why it matters to you and how it can help all of us understand the queer community better.
Thank you, Ryan. First, I gotta give you a little love. Ryan Bauer-Walsh. So I picked the shirts intentionally. My wife picked the shoes, but married. 22 years. Very excited to say that. When I found this shirt at Target, yes, I know, corporate and pride. This design was a coalition with a black designer, and so that was important for me because I am black and I am proud, and I am a black woman who is the daughter of a black woman who came here from Jamaica. She was an immigrant. And my father was the son of sharecroppers in Alabama. So it's important that I recognize where I come from and how I got to this place. And how I got to this song called The Beautiful Sun, which I thought was important as a black songwriter to tell a story about black love and black joy and about black kings. Imagine if the kings of ancient lands like Mali and Timbuktu and Kush found each other and fell in love. We don't hear those stories. Black history started well before slavery. Yeah. And I also felt it was important to tell the stories of two men who were not stereotypical, who didn't fit a trope, who were not on the extremes of super masculine or super feminine. I love the super masculine and I love the super feminine, but sometimes you gotta be ordinary. And I wanted to tell the story of two kings who found each other and whose nations might have been united in that love, and who decided that a child would enrich their lives And what would those kings imbue that child with? And so that's the story of the beautiful son. And so I want to welcome to sing that tonight, Kwame Michael Remy and Darrell J. Hunt.
With smiles in his eyes, the other one quiet, thoughtful and wise. Though their lands were different, one thing unite, and that was how each place was just bathed in light. One land of mountains, one land of beach, the brilliant so noble that stories rage, how this was the place of the beautiful sun. The kings found each other, and in love they fell, united their families with gold and bells. The citizens happy, the king's lives would be, but there's one thing wish for, to make their lives complete. They longed for a child, artistic and wise, a child who was joyful, with smiles in their eyes, who once all grown up would turn out to be a keeper and guardian, so others would see this sacred place of a beautiful sun. And here we are, child, here we'll stand, teaching and guiding you, showing the way that other kings have walked before. The world can be difficult for one with our skin. Some will never see the wonder within. We promise to teach you your wonder and so much more. We promise our best care to help you to grow. We promise to share with you all that we know. For you to the end of the earth we will grow. Your daddy, your papa, we love you so. Our child, our beautiful black soul.
Oh my gosh. To hear that sung live is so gorgeous. Thank you so much. That's gorgeous. Oh, thank you. And this is a community event, and in our community it is important to recognize that we all need help sometimes. And this community is now benefiting the Ali Forney Center. Thank you. And so who I want to bring up right now is Peter Soares. Where's Peter? There you are. Come up. I'd just like you to say a few words. Here, we can grab this one. There we go. About the Ali Forney Center, and help us understand how we can give a little bit more and how we can help out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Ryan, we're so grateful to be a part of your beautiful event. I can only think if Rainbow Lullaby was around when my son was young, I might have gotten some sleep. But anyway, thank you so much for your support, guys. I don't know if you're aware, the Ali Forney Center is the leading provider of comprehensive services to LGBTQ plus homeless youth population, and it's super important because when you look at, for example, the New York City homeless youth population, it's almost the LGBTQA youth are almost half, which is really odd when you think that, you know, as a whole, the community is kind of a tiny proportion of the general population, right? And so that's strange. And our clients report that the reason why they're in their current situation is because, you know, it's due largely to their parents' transphobia and homophobia, right? Rooted out of their religious beliefs. So it's really important that there's some, you know, there's an organization there to intercede on their behalf. And what's strange is this is also a historically very underserved population that doesn't fare very well when they're in other shelters, right? The kids report that they have to deal with homophobia and different kinds of abuse. So just to let you know that Ali Forney is one of the few and possibly one of the only organizations in this space, and they really do extraordinary and inspiring work. So we're just so grateful to be here and so grateful for your support.
But if you weren't able to contribute money because no one carries cash and you don't have Venmo, you can just drink at the bar because Hush is donating 10% of all proceeds tonight, which is incredible because apparently they said they don't do that. So thank you so much, Peter, and thank you for doing the services that Ali Forney does for this entire community. We appreciate it. All right, so next, she's checking, she's in plan. There you go. That felt fun. So next is my friend and associate producer Fred, who I want to bring up, who wrote this incredible song that is kind of an overlooked topic in, I think, the LGBT community. You can come up and get started around me, Ernie, and if you want to come on up, I'll introduce you in a second. But he's going to say a few words about it, but I just want to remind a lot of people that the families we make, we always pick. Because that is our destiny as queer people, is to choose who we invite into our worlds. And I think Fred's going to say it better than I ever could.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot. Special shout out to the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence for helping us out. So, the process of adopting a child in the United States is often long and tedious. And for LGBTQ parents in 17 states, there are no protections against discrimination in adoption based on sexual orientation or gender identity. And 12 states permit licensed child welfare agencies to actually refuse to place and provide services to children and families, including LGBTQ people, if doing so conflicts with the agency's religious beliefs. Yet, according to most recent federal data, there are currently 400,000 children, babies and teens, in foster care. Of them, 117,000 are waiting to be adopted right now. A number that we all know will increase, of course, if Roe v. Wade is overturned. Right? So, this song is about the moment that two loving gay dads finally made it through that long, tedious process, despite all odds, and they are holding their adopted baby for the very first time. It's the beginning of a beautiful family. I wrote it in hopes that there are many, many, many more moments like these.
Hi, I'm Ernie Brunetta. Hi, Ernie. I'm Michael Buchanan. I want to thank Fred specifically for having me come fill in. I did not sing this on the album. Our friend, what was that friend? Richie Leone sang this on the album, and I was inspired to fill in for him because he couldn't be here. But his work on the album is so wonderful, and I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
But you are also on the album.
I am also on the album. Check it out! I just want to, since I'm talking, I would like to thank everybody for being here. And I really appreciate this turnout and this wonderful album, and I'm so blessed to be here. So take it away, Fred. This is a beautiful song.
There's a lot that takes getting used to. You're so young and it's so strange. Your whole world is about to change. So don't you cry, you're safe tonight. Now everything's gonna be alright. Papa's here and your daddy is too now. No one's ever gonna harm you. Words can't say what you mean to us. All the years and all the fuss, but somehow and someday always knew you'd find your way. So don't you cry, you're safe tonight. Now everything's gonna be alright. Papa's here and your daddy is too now. No one's ever gonna harm you. So close your eyes and sleep tight. You're safe and sound, it'll be alright. This big old world takes some getting used to, but we're always gonna love you. Always here to love you.
Hey Ryan, this album's fucking awesome!
There are children in the audience. But I happen to agree with you. Are we having a nice time, everybody? I'm having a terrific time. I haven't felt emotions in a long time. So this is really thrilling, honestly. It's all foam down there. Foam down there too. So. Anyway, this next performer is a very good personal friend of mine. This next song is not on the album because we would be sued. And, you might know her outside the drag world. You might know her in the drag world. This is not just an immaculate drag performer. She's also been on Broadway in Beautiful the Musical and Jersey Boys. Also has worked on a ton of costumes for a bunch of Broadway shows, and now she's taking her performance and her costume abilities, and now she's going to sing for you. And she does a show with me here every Monday night at 10 p.m. So stick around. Please put your hands together. She's living. She's a Vita Loca. Oh, hi. And now for something completely different. Just hit it. You'll know the song. Please sing along. This is kind of a Broadway tune now, right? Because Alanis graced us with her show. So let's just do it. An old man turned 98. He won the lottery and died the next day.
death row parting, 2 minutes too late. And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain.
Things to not talk about. We both like soup. Anyway. Is it you?
It's Ryan.
Please welcome back to the stage, Ryan Bauer-Walsh!
So, I don't know if you guys know how drag queens work, but you can tip them. And they can tip over. It's okay. Somebody get some glow tape.
I wish that'd be the first time it's happened. It's not.
It's not. Well, we'll make that happen later again.
Ask if it's happening.
Always. But yeah, if you tip the drag queens, they are donating those also to Ali Forney. And that's a beautiful way to keep things a little entertaining. But right now, we're going to change it back to lullabies. Because, I don't know, it's kind of like a lullaby album night. But this next song is written by a dear friend of mine, who's one of the most beautiful people I know, Adam Overett. I don't know where you are. Where are you, Adam?
Say hi. There you are, waving with his massive biceps. He wrote this beautiful song, and I have the privilege of singing it for you now. And I had long COVID, so I can't remember anything, so I'm gonna use a couple lyrics. This song is gorgeous, and it's about becoming a father and watching your children grow up. And it is called Dream Away.
Sleep now, baby, dream the night away. On that playground where the dreamers play. I'm right here, and here I'm gonna stay to hold you. When you wake, the world will all be new. So much world and such a lovely view. When you're tired again, I'll be with you to hold you. So dream away, dream away, dream the dream you want to see. Your daddy's dreamed our family. Soon you'll crawl across the floor. So much world for you to go explore. When you're tired and can't crawl anymore, we'll hold you. Soon you'll stand, you'll pull yourself up tall. Everything's so big when you're so small. If you lose your balance and you fall, we'll catch you. So dream away, dream away, dream the world you want to see. Dream the world you wish could be. Your daddies know that dreams come true. We know because we once dreamed you. And soon you'll tie your shoes and walk anywhere you choose. And soon you'll run, and oh, how fast you'll go, far beyond the world you've come to know. We'll be watching, cheering, even though we'll miss you. We'll miss you. So dream away, dream away. And someday when you're big and grown, standing, walking, running on your own, we're here for you to run alone too. We'll be here, still dreaming you.
It's so hard to get through that song without crying, and I see no reason to not cry, so. But, no more crying, because our next guest is a famous celebrity known as Sutton Lee Seymour! This one?
Oh, I'll take this one. This is fine.
All right.
Ryan Bauer-Walsh, everybody! Feelings. Now's the time to go get an alcoholic beverage. Fine, it's fine. I'll take a shot of tequila.
No, really, no.
Anyway, so before, are we having a nice time?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Before this, took over my life, I used to work for Disney Cruise Line. Or as I like to call it, the gateway drug to drag. And I was in the original cast of a musical dedicated to the Disney villains. I mean, what better way to celebrate Pride than sing a song by a Disney villain? Now, can you take a guess which Disney villain they cast me to play? Take a guess in 3, 2, 1. Iago the parrot! So, Iago the parrot. Am I bitter? Absolutely. So, but listen, this is my 5 minutes to shine, and I heard Ursula, and so that's what I like to do for you. We are going to sing Poor Unfortunate Souls. Now, some fun facts about Ursula the Sea Witch, my favorite Disney villain. And I know, listen, we're in New York City, and I know you're educated homosexuals, but for those of you that might not know, Ursula the Sea Witch, the physical form of Ursula, was based off the late, great, divine everybody. Drag would not be drag what it is today without queens like that, and lines are for cowards. Anyway. So divine. Now, Pat Carroll is the voice actor, but prepare your gay gasp. Did you know the original choice for the voice of Ursula? It was supposed to be B. Arthur. I know. You can hear those dulcet baritones, can't you? Right? And, but she was unavailable because she was filming a television show nobody watched called The Golden Girls. So they called the next best person on the list, Elaine Stritch. I know. But she was too busy drinking. I'll drink to that. So, what a shame to never hear B. Arthur. What a shame to never hear Elaine Stritch. What a shame to never hear me. Now, despite popular belief, I am not dead. So, I would like to sing for B. Arthur and Elaine Stritch. You know who would also would have been a fun Ursula? Joan Rivers. You know who would have been an interesting Ursula? Liza Minnelli. So that's what we're going to do for you. I, Sutton Lee Seymour, shall sing Poor Unfortunate Souls, brought to you by a bevy of burnt-out Broadway booze bags. And, well, I mean that in the highest form of flattery, because friends, lovers, mother tuckers, poor unfortunate souls. Get it! Start with Ursula traditional. We mustn't lurk in Joe Biden's colonoscopy. It's rude. One might question your upbringing. But of course, take what you want. You have to become a human yourself. Oh my dear, that is what I do. That is what I live for. To help unfortunate merfolk like yourself. Poor souls have never left to turn to. I admit that in the past I've been nasty. They were kidding when they called me Bella Witch. thought you'll find that nowadays I've mended all my ways. Repentance seemed the light and made the switch. True, yes, Carol Channing.
Always have possessed. Please don't laugh. I'm using on behalf of the miserable, lonely, and the raspberries.
Bernadette Peters. Joan Rivers. Come on, fortune tells. Thursday, can we talk? This one walking to me that no one wants to get the but we can see you on the red carpet. Homosexual. Someone couldn't play the right. Liza Minnelli. I know it's dark. Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand. Harvey Firestein.
Now, we haven't discussed the subject of marriage.
What? Your voice! Not just me. You'll have your looks, your pretty face, and don't underestimate the importance of body. And like a lot of leather, they think a girl who gossips is a bore. Yes, I'm glad it's good for good, but ladies, not to say a word. After all, dear, what is idle prattle for? Come on, then, all that impressive conversation. When they can, but they don't listen and fall on the lady who's withdrawn. It's she who holds her tongue who gets her man. Come on, you poor unfortunate soul. Go ahead, make your choice. I'm a very busy woman and I haven't got all day. It won't cost much, just your voice. You poor unfortunate soul. It's sad but true. If you want to gossip Christmas trees, you've got to pick the lots of deaths on now I've heard always. The boss is on the road. You boy, there, but raise your glasses, everybody, raise your glass. Come on, dear, it's not a Pilates class, let's go. Cheers. Here's to years and years of being queers. Cheers, everybody. Ryan, where are we in the script right now? Friends, this is a dear friend of mine who I have not met yet. This is important.
All right. All right, my friends, for our final speaker this evening, I would like to introduce him. He is an activist working with ACT UP New York. ACT UP, everybody, right?
For the smattering of you that might not know what ACT UP New York might be, it is a direct action advocacy group working to ensure protections for people living with HIV and AIDS. And Jason is a co-founder of Prep for All. Please welcome to the stage, Jason Rosenberg.
Yeah, check. Hello. Hello. Thank you for that warm welcome, that intro. Thank you, Ryan, for welcoming me, and I'm so honored to be here. Like suddenly said, my name is Jason Rosenberg. I use he, him pronouns, and I am so thrilled to be here tonight, not only to be with community during Pride Month, but to be with theater kids. I'm a theater kid at heart, so I am so thrilled. And look, although tonight is a celebration of queerness, of song, of theater, I want to remind ourselves and ground each other that Pride was and is and always will be a protest, okay? And boy, as Ryan said, as my friend and comrade Jay Walker said, there is a lot to protest, okay? So we have, as Ryan said, over 300 anti-gay and anti-trans laws across state legislatures. We recently had the acting First Lady, Jill Biden, reveal a Nancy Reagan stamp during Pride Month. I mean, and just yesterday, yes, the same day as the Orlando Pulse nightclub shooting where we lost 49 of our community members, Chelsea Piers hosted Ron DeSantis from Florida of the Don't Say Gay bill, and days after teasing a bill that would have kids, our youth, coming to a drag performance like this. Can we get a round of boos? Thank you for that. I mean, come on. Does Chelsea Piers know better? I guess not. So the only thing equally important to the fiber and the spirit of Pride is community. So can we get a round of applause for being here, being in community? We wouldn't be anywhere without community, without our fallen pioneers and existing veterans of the LGBTQ+ community. A lot of people have a tendency to say we lost a whole generation due to the AIDS epidemic. But truth be told, we have so many queer elders and queer veterans around us. Just look around. I certainly would not be the person I am today without them, without our ACT UP veterans who have been fighting the fight since 1987. And I say this with a heavy heart, but we actually recently lost a longtime ACT UP veteran right on the cusp of June. I was preparing talking points and I told this to Ryan, but I want to invoke his name here tonight. His name is Tim Lunsford.
Yay, Tim!
Thank you. So Tim was one of those people you'd expect at every ACT UP meeting, at every single action that we had. He'd be there hell or high water, and he'd become fully committed, full of tenacity, full with rage, looking to find the next thing to protest, the next person to protest. And for those that don't know, ACT UP New York is a longtime HIV/AIDS activist group who took action when the government wouldn't. At a time when the Reagan administration wouldn't even mutter the word AIDS until 25,000 Americans died to the virus, most who were queer. A lot of the advancements we have now, including revolutionary treatment, including PrEP, and now we have FDA-approved injectable PrEP and treatment. And come on. We have all to owe to our ACT UP veterans. That's right. To the slew of activists who put their bodies on the line when they were dying, when they were sick. And this is what ACT UP is about. This is what
Pride is about.
Absolutely.
So, finally, since we are in the heart of Hell's Kitchen, I also want to mention and invoke the name Julio Ramirez. I'm not sure if many of you know, but Julio was a social worker who actually went to the same school as me in Buffalo. A couple of months ago, on April 20th, he was in the Ritz, which is on, I believe, 47. And he was alone. He met with friends, and he left with 3 unidentified people. And unfortunately, we never saw him again. He left alone, and his bank accounts were emptied, his precious life was cut short, and we still don't have the basic answers. Julio should still be with us today. I didn't know Julio personally, but what I do know is that there are countless queer and trans bodies that have been long neglected by the state. This is not okay. Laylene Polanco, Kowalski Trewick, and so on and so on. This is only in New York State too. You know, we could talk about the epidemic of queer and trans bodies that are killed by police, that are killed by hate violence, but this is New York. This should not be allowed. So we have a duty to protect each other because time and time again, the state has proven to fail our community. We must check in on our friends and siblings, and we must implement harm reduction strategies. Have we ever heard of harm reduction before? Yeah? So harm reduction means that we need Narcan trainings and Narcan in every one of our queer havens. We need fentanyl strips at every single one of our clubs because we have way too many community members dying senselessly over overdoses who are taken away from predators that are taking us, just like Julio. We need to check in on each other because this is what community is about. And as I started with, we still have so much work ahead of us. But if we have the capacity to lead and listen with love, and most importantly, give a damn, we'll be on the right path to unequivocal and unapologetical queer liberation. So I want to end with a chant because that's what we do at Pride. We chant, we speak, and as I said, the theme of what I want to bring us tonight is community, but it's about protecting each other. So I want to end with a chant. I'm going to say who keeps us safe, and you say we keep us safe. Can we do that? Yes! So who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Thank you. Happy Pride.
As we're starting to close out the show, do you have anything you want to say?
I'll say it at the end, I think.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Do you want us to sing a song and then you can say the
I
things?
want you to sing a song real bad.
Is it okay if I invite Evita Loca to sing a song with me?
I don't know. She's got Broadway credits and better calves than me.
Can I use this microphone for this one? Thank you. Yeah, let's use this one. This one is on its...
Ooh, she's about to
She turned red.
That's right.
Evita Loca, everybody!
This is an appropriate song, I think, for the moment.
I think so too. We are going to sing one of our favorite Judy Garland songs. And it is, I'm going to even though this is the Rainbow Lullaby benefit, we are not singing Summer Over the Rainbow, but we can after this if you'd really like to. It'll have to be a cappella, but you'll sing with us. This past week was Judy Garland's 100th birthday. And there's been a lot of you know, rumors and stories. People say when Judy Garland died, isn't it ironic that...
I see what you did there.
When Judy Garland died in June of 1969, it's kind of ironic, isn't it, that the Stonewall riots happened in that same month. Now, I was not there because I'm only 21 years old. Thank you. Now, I don't know what specifically happened that night, but what I do know is that Judy Garland at that time was one of the few voices, mainstream voices we had who stood up for the LGBTQIA plus community, right? So when she tragically passed away, we lost our voice. And thanks to the power and the strength of Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera, who lit the match, we found our voice again, right? So when we sing Judy Garland songs, it's not just because you have to forget your troubles, come on, get happy. It's our way of saying thank you to the people who fought for us to get here today. So, shall we sing?
Let's do it.
So, let's just let the song speak for itself, shall we? And if you know it, please sing along with us. Gingy, hit it! When you're smiling, when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, when you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, so stop your sighing and be happy again. Keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. If you suddenly find out you've been deceived, don't get peeved. If your husband bluntly tells you you're too stout, don't you pout. And for heaven's sake, retain a calm demeanor. If a cop walks up and hands you a subpoena, if your groom should take a powder while you're marching down the aisle, don't weep and moan because he's blown. Just face the world and smile. 'Cause when you're crying, don't you know that your makeup starts to run and your eyes get red and scrappy? Forget your troubles, have yourself a little fun, have a ball. Forget it all, forget your troubles, come on, get happy, and keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with Please welcome back to the stage, Bauer-Walsh.
So, this brings us to the conclusion of our incredible performances of the evening. Thank you all so much. We're here till 9 p.m. I don't even know what time it is anymore, and I don't care. But what I before we end, I want everyone who participated on this album to come forward to the stage so we can all take a picture together and you can see. So everyone who's on the album who helped create this evening, please come up to the stage. Everybody to the stage, please. Yes, all of my many friends. I don't know how many are here. I keep coming. This? Tommy in the front! All right.
All the bananas in the front. Holy shit, that was beautiful!
So many more who couldn't be here. So I want to personally thank you so much. You've changed my life. And I can't even explain how grateful I am. Because I was so sad and now I'm so happy. So I want to thank you for coming out with me, all of you, for this pride. And I want to close with the words that I wrote for the title of this album, The Rainbow Lullaby, because I think it unifies, and I want to bring that thesis statement back because I think we should remember it. Across the great valley, a dream slept awaiting all people to one day arrive. But only the rainbow that held every color could reach to the other side. Come cross, all you people, with love in your heart. This dream is a dream we can share. Come cross the great valley and help one another to reach the dream waiting there. That is what this is about. So, we're here till 9 p.m. Take pictures, dance, drink a lot because again we get that money. And happy Pride, everybody!
Thank you so much for joining us at Hush Bar. Listen, the event goes till 9 p.m., but at 9 p.m., DJ Gingy will be playing show tunes and videos starting at 9 p.m. And at 10 p.m., Vita Loca and I retake the stage. Until then, drink up, make a friend, hug somebody, happy Pride, thank you for being here. Good night!
What you think? All right, bye.